Hello, Ken.
Hey, Alex.
Did you just now start it?
1 minute and 37 seconds ago, I just started this. Yes, I'm running a little bit later than I wanted to be, but I wanted
That's
to.
okay, because I literally just got in. Just say,
Good timing then. Real good timing. All right, so that kicked over. That's good, and that works. That looks good. Yeah, I wanted to get that fish tank up and running, which I did. I got the fish in there, so it'll be fine. I do want to.
Josh had asked me to log into the Zoom session today on his laptop, so he didn't do it. But the problem is they were going to cut his power off today to fix the line coming into his house, and guess what? The computer's still off, so I can't connect. And
They were going to shut. They were going to shut the tower off to fix a line coming into his house.
They were going to turn his power off to fix the line coming into his house.
Oh, the power line.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought it had something to do with
And
this computer.
I checked it on the team viewer, and it says it's not. The team viewer says it's not. The computer is not connected, not reachable. So it must not. It must still be turned off because he turned it off last night because he knew it was going to turn the power off.
Right. He might not be back from church yet. It's still 9:39. He said he gets in about 9:45. You can shoot him a message here in a minute on his phone and see.
Well, he asked me if I was at home at 7:40, and I said, no, I'm still at church. And as soon as church was over, I said, well, church is over, and I seen him message now. I'm home, so I figured he might need something, or maybe he just wanted to know if I was home.
Yeah. Hey, let me address something real quick. Hey, Tom K., I did an experiment today with my email, and I did it both upper K and lower K, and I got both emails. It works just fine. So I still don't have an email from you. Let me put that in the chat room, and I'll pin it. Okay, so that's in chat. Somebody wants, oh, Greg's coming back. Okay. Cool. And then I'll pin that in a minute. It should pop up. There it goes. So that is the correct email. K Stout, lower or upper K, works either way. I tested it. It's fine. Hey, Greg, good to see you again.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Alex. Hey.
Can't really tell it because I turned the lighting off, but the tank is up and running and the fish are fine.
Yeah, you were busy.
Yeah, and I managed to squeeze dinner in too.
Yeah, I did too.
So
I had some more of that Irish garlic sausage, and some broccoli and cheese, and rice with panda sauce on it, and
that sounds
fried
good.
onions and peppers.
We had
What is
fried
panda sauce?
sauce
yeah,
from a
hot
panda.
sauce. Yeah, panda sauce on the rice. Yeah.
Yeah, we had fried chicken. Lorna had rice, and I had just the fried chicken, so it was pretty good. And then I just threw that together. It looks horrible. I mean, I got the lighting turned down because it absolutely looks horrible. The fish are fine. They're all moving around, so that's good. I literally stuffed 2 tanks of decor into 1 tank, and that's probably not a wise thing to do. Now that's weird. There it is. That is really weird. Robert just made a comment. It says his dinner was awesome. And he did send me a picture of it. I'm jealous. I asked him to ship me some. He said, sure. And it popped up on Twidget before it popped up on the stream. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I think we're just about, other than the pictures being hung, we're just about done here. So we will see what happens. You know, she's got to be up early, which means I can't be up super, super late. But we experimented with some things. I didn't want to bring that big dresser in here, but to get the tank in here, that's what I had to do. And she just didn't want to put it out in the living room anywhere. So it is what it is. I see Tom K's in the chat room. Robert's in the chat room. And he just said he just sent another email, so I'll check that. I'll give it a minute or two to get here. Met, as I was telling Greg earlier, I met another neighbor, and she did tell me we could have chickens, but I told Lauren, I said, we cannot have chickens. It's against city code. Because if she finds out we can have chickens, I guarantee you I'll be building another chicken coop and taking care of the chickens again. So, it is what it is. I did manage to watch about 3.5 minutes of a very boring basketball game. And the game I really want to watch is on right now, Notre Dame and Rutgers. Yeah, Tom, I got it.
Yeah, that's the email I pulled from my contacts when I did the PayPal.
So Blackwatch is having issues. He said he recopied and pasted, and it's working, so he'll be joining us here in a minute. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, honestly. I'll give him, they said give it 2 more days. I'll give him 2 more days. My brother and I sent it, and he goes, okay, here. And literally said, I just sent it, and just like that, it's there. And when I sent it back, just like that, it was back. So I do not know. No worries, Tom, whatsoever. We'll be here. If you ever need to talk, let us know. But yeah, that's not an issue. Let's scroll this down. Yeah, I've checked. I've got yours and one from Ida looking to come in, and then I'm hoping Jim joins us tonight after Josh gets here, so we can get a more of an idea of what's going on tomorrow. Yeah. I'm laughing at a chat comment that was just made.
No, Josh's computer's still not online, so he's not home yet.
Yeah, well, or he still doesn't have power. I mean, it could be one or the other, or both. You never know. So hopefully he's just not home. Listen, I got another call. What time did you say he sent you a message, Alex?
7:40.
Might have been 8:40 my time, right?
He just sent me a message that said, he just sent me a text that put me on Zoom, but I'll have to reply until my computer's off.
Turn the computer on. I'll gladly put you on Zoom. So, good. Hopefully Blackwatch joins us. He emailed me earlier today and said the link wasn't working, which I haven't changed it. And like I told Lorna, 17 other people can get the link to work. I get sometimes it's hard to. I personally have never been able to copy and paste it. No matter, I've tried Control-C, I've tried right-click copy, I've tried Control-V, I've tried right-click paste. Nothing works for me. So I just find it's easier for me when I have to do it. It's just to bring it up on another screen, bring the Zoom box up on the other screen, and literally look at it and type it at the same time. Kind of rough, kind of slow, but that's how I got to do it.
I see Netflix is testing the sharing of passwords in 3 countries.
Oh, I thought they didn't allow that.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Oh, okay.
But I could send you my login and you could use it.
Right. Yeah, I've got my son's Disney login and I use it occasionally.
They say they're going to start charging people for that.
Yeah, it's probably like everything else in the world. Any way they can figure out to make money, they're going to do that.
They probably figure out who owns the account, what their email and IP address is,
Right.
and somebody else logs in with it. They look at the IP address. Oh, it doesn't match.
Right.
They're sharing. They're going to charge the owner of the account more.
My answer to that would be I'm using a VPN. You know, put a little bit of burden on them to prove I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll show you guys how horrible this looks. Not one of my best moments on this. Just got too much decor in there, and eventually I got to figure out where I'm going to take my live plants right here out, where I'm going to put them, because I've got to have, these are water source plants. I've got to have a water source. And
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get enough light in this room. I don't know yet.
Yeah, when you turned on the lights, it made it too bright. It looks good now.
Yeah, I don't know what it would look like if I turn these out. Oh yeah, little dark.
Yeah, a little dark.
Well, here shortly. How's that?
Its power is on.
That is bright.
Yeah, that is bright.
Well, here shortly, I was doing some calculations in my head, and I'm going to get 2 umbrella lights, and they're going to go one in that corner and one in that corner. And then I've got to figure out the green screen, because depending on how far back it has to be, I could run into issues, because I've only got about a foot until I get to the edge of the bed. And if I spin it, I might get another 8 inches out of maybe 20, 22 inches. So I don't know how close that has to be. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Sorry about that. Forgot I had posted that. But there are some changes coming. I looked at 3 cameras today. I'm not sure. One of them come with the tripod, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how I would make a tripod work right in front of me. That was a problem I ran into before. Unless I move my screen, my monitor forward, and I've got a good ink pen. I got that much room to move it forward, so I could do that, I guess. We will see. No Tony Wallow yet tonight. Is Carrie or anybody streaming? I didn't even check.
No, Carrie's not streaming.
That's amazing.
Only doing one a week at the most.
I see Bonnie is live.
That's probably where Blackwatch is.
Oh, more than likely. Yep. Yep, 9:45. He is there. Yeah. Still giving him a hard time. We'll get back over to here. Is the fire out? You know, Robert, I have not heard anything else on the fire, and I did not catch the local news tonight.
Get you some Rocky Road.
Well, that sounds good. I would imagine my sugar's still a tad high. We had cheesecake for dessert today. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. She's been wanting to go there for a long time, so I took her there.
And what is it now? Like $10 a slice? I heard it was like
$8.95 a slice, but the slice is big enough to be. I mean, we ate it and still had leftovers, so it's plenty big enough. Yeah, Matthew, there was a fire 18 miles from my house today. I guessed it to be about 20. It's 18.6 miles at a Walmart distribution center of all places. So, you know, the joke on Facebook is, well, now the prices are going to go up and they're going to run out of things again. Let me check real quick. If I could type, it'd be a miracle. See what's going on here in the world. doesn't say. Good picture of it though. Man, that thing was going. I can't blow the picture up here. I'll share my screen just real quick. The Zoom people will be able to see it. And then I will figure out a way to show the YouTube people. So can you see the wall mark there, Alex?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty good blaze right there. So now I'm going to see if I cannot bring this over to here and then jump back into OBS for a brief second and go find a source for that. Which that's not it. Nope. I'm going to do it this way. I'll just add a quick source and then I'll get rid of the quick source. How's that sound?
Just don't forget to send out those notifications if you went. If you don't do that, he'll be able tomorrow.
No, I will. I'll make sure everybody knows. So there, the YouTube people should be able to see it. Best I can do as far as the picture goes, but you can tell that's a pretty good flame. That entire roof is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so big it showed up on weather radar. That's true. A lot of people were posting pictures of the weather. They're thinking it was a storm. In fact, somebody said in a comment, "Man, that's a big storm coming our way." And somebody corrected him and said, "No, that's a fire in Plainfield, Indiana." So, now I don't know if that's going to come through on Twitch. I just put a Twidget thing up there, but that might not come through. So I will go change that. I just wanted to show everybody. And I'm going to go find the source I just created, which is going to be at the top. And then I'm going to get rid of it because I don't want it. Yes. And then that should go back to Zoom. There it is. So this is working out really good. I kind of got everything miniature windows a little bit instead of making it full screen. I did have a request to put the clock back on the bottom with the world time on it, so I'm working on that. Yeah, really, Robert. Let us hope. We can only hope that it really was the distribution center for the equipment, not the distribution center for the product. That would be great. That still bothers me a little bit. So I can close this window now. I don't need that. So to answer your question, no, I have no idea if it's still going or not. I gotta figure this out. That's the only thing I haven't gotten figured out yet. Now I could get smart and figure out how to pop out chat and put it in the Zoom itself, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of like doing it this way. And so far so good. Since I haven't made any changes to this little Twidget, it's working just fine. So, are you getting a hold of Josh, Alex? Or trying to?
He's just asking me, yeah, he's just asking me yet again for the 18th time today if there's any updates on his computer.
Well, when he joins, you know he's going to ask too, so.
So I just really want Jim to join and say something. Because he's the only one that would know, as far as his plumbing issues.
Yep, Greg brings up a good point. You have to shop, put it in your cart, you got to take it out, then you got to scan it, you got to put it in the bag, and you got to put it back in your cart. All the meanwhile, there's 4 or 5 employees standing there watching you do it that could clearly run a cash register.
Then you got to load it in the car.
Yeah.
Then you got to take it out of the car, bring it in the house,
No,
and then put it away.
Or if you live in a big enough city, if you live in a place where there's Instacart or whatever, you can just use Instacart and they'll bring your groceries to your door.
At a cost. It's not going to be free.
Well, I know that.
I mean, I've actually,
out there.
yeah, I flirted with the idea of testing putting a Walmart order in and letting them pull the items. But my biggest fear of that is I'm not real brand specific, but there are a few things that I am brand specific. And
there's a few Amazon stores, and I've seen there's a few physical Amazon like grocery stores.
Yeah.
And I've seen where they've got these carts that you can put your stuff in, and it will automatically add it to your bill, and it's like got it's like your cart is its own little self checkout thing. So you don't have to go through the line. You can just when you're done shopping, you can pay and then leave and like bring your own bags and put your stuff in.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live did a real funny skit on that this past Saturday night. It was absolutely hilarious. That was one of their funnier ones, I thought. So I was going to say something. I forgot what it was now.
Yeah, I like Libby's vegetables, green beans.
Well, that and with fresh vegetables, I go through there and I get the one that's not all bruised and beat up and open and everything else, and I don't think they're going to take the time to do that.
We like the Martha Homes, the butter beans and black-eyed peas and whatever else, okra and tomatoes.
Okra? Did you say okra?
Yeah.
Okay, let me write down strike number 1 for the waiting room.
You don't like okra?
That's strike number 2 for the waiting room.
My kids wouldn't eat any of that stuff.
Oh man, I don't care how you fix that.
This is strike number 3 because I have eaten okra. We've gotten okra from people's gardens at church, and I've eaten it raw.
Now I've never tried it raw, so I can say maybe I have to give it a fair shake, but I can also say I will never eat it raw. There's just that is not going to happen.
I've never even had collard greens.
No, I like collard greens. Collard greens are good. Mustard greens, collard
You're
greens.
talking to a guy that eats the skin on a kiwi. And when I eat a kiwi, I eat the skin and all.
Yeah, Robert just forwarded me the same email I got. It works. That's all I can say. I was teasing him. I said, well, maybe one of us needs to remote into your computer and log you in, but I don't think he saw the humor in that. Matthew Kemp just posted a video in chat. I'm going to go see what that is. Oh, nice, Matthew. Thank you. Yeah, that baby is, that thing is on. Woo, man. So if you can get a chance, click on the link that Matthew Kemp just posted. Thank you, Matthew. That is a great link. And it shows the building and them trying to put it out. I guess nobody got hurt, last I heard, anyway. I'll pin that to the top for a little bit. As soon as I find, there we go. And I'll highlight it over here. So that way it'll draw attention to that. I must have missed something on the very bottom email. Oh, that's funny. I see Jeff's joining us.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm trying to. I figured it'd be, well, it's 8 o'clock though. I did get a little later start than I wanted. Actually,
well, I was out at Subway when you started.
Actually, we will be getting going starting, I think, Sunday night, right around this time, because if she gets off work at 10, it's just now 10 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It's only 9
For you,
for me.
right. So my goal is to be up and running no later than 10:30. If she gets out correctly, then that'll be good. And I got to do this before I forget. I put a thumbtack in my pocket earlier tonight, which was really stupid to do when I think about it.
Hello, Jeff.
Mhm.
We'll take
Is
that.
she expecting you to do 12-hour days?
I think she's expecting to do 23.5-hour days if they'll let her. I honestly don't know. We went down today and got the tour. Super nice facility. Very clean. Very friendly.
Now you have a other family member working there?
My brother is the maintenance manager, and my sister-in-law is the QMA manager. Both of them are part of the staff there. The head shed staff. So, Kevin, my brother, took us around and introduced us to everybody. Like I told Greg earlier, I'd get a job there if there was something I could do. I stand at the door and tell people to welcome to Demir.
Now you have 2 brothers?
I have a brother and a sister.
Okay, so this is the fellow who was ill.
Yeah, and I felt bad because as we were walking up where he was at, he was laboring and breathing. I said, man, you better go sit down. He's like, I'll be okay. I just got to catch my breath. And about 10 minutes later, he was all right. So it's kind of scary, And then he showed us the whole building, showed us his office. Got a nice office. We're looking forward to it. Your original question, yeah, she'll work at least 12 hours a day. And I would imagine any that's the wrong word, any extra shifts, she'll pick those up too, because they offer a $300 bonus if you work an extra shift. You can't turn that down.
Hey, you just have to convince her you need to buy a graphics card now.
I know.
One extra shift, and you're almost halfway to a graphics card.
Well, if she can get 2 extra shifts in a week, I got a graphics card. I heard the prices of graphics cards is still coming down, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I also today heard that a graphics card can actually help with your streaming. I don't know. I have no clue. But I was watching a guy that was giving a live tutorial. You could message in your questions, and Jim said, won't be joining tonight. I'm tired. No worries. So far, everything is on schedule for tomorrow. Plumber is scheduled for Friday, as far as you know. So I will remember that comment, so that when Josh,
I may get to watch, I may not get to watch all of it.
yeah,
I have some news on my internet front.
okay,
I called and complained again today. They actually let me talk to the engineering people. And they actually have been working on the problem, it turns out. They have contacted a bunch of people in my neighborhood, and they have determined that in this radio system that connects everybody upstream from me has the expected speeds.
and let me guess, everybody downstream?
Everybody from me on down does not.
Okay.
Oh, they're sending a guy out tomorrow afternoon to go on the roof. I learned 3 radios up there now. And they suspect a problem with at least one of the radios. And my upload speeds have been dropping too now.
Huh.
They were high to start with, but so they expect, hopefully, to find some resolution tomorrow if they can find an equipment problem on my house.
That'd be good. Now, for some reason, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, and my speed test is out of Cicero, Illinois. I just can't get out of that state. Speaking of Illinois, we are going to go back for one more time Friday at noon, and we're going to close on our house.
So everything is ready, huh?
As of when she called tonight, and she said, or actually this afternoon, she said noon Friday, and I said sure. And then she called about, well, Alex and I were doing a Zoom, and she called and she said, can you get them 2 big fish tanks out of your garage? I'm like, they're 10-gallon tanks. I'm like, well, yeah, they were supposed to be picked up. Are they still there? She goes, they were tonight. I said, yeah, I'll get them Friday. So currently I'm at 914.16 down and 931.74 up. Yeah, yeah.
Josh, can you hear us?
You're the man.
Yeah, we had a name for that. That's what's known as the Kevin Owens one-finger salute, because when we played golf and things would go bad, oh, man.
Well, actually, you're the man.
Yeah. No, Michael Dane's the man. Hey, Rick. Good to see you again.
Anyway,
How are
I
you?
hope to have some resolution on that soon. If they do, then Friday I will be carrying my Cox modem over to their store,
Yeah.
turning it in and saying, cancel it. So.
Yep. Hey, David N's in the chat room. Good evening. Good to see you again. Tony Wallow's in the chat room. Hi, Tony. Good to see you again. Jim, that's good. I replied back. Hopefully you get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow mid-afternoon, 2-ish, 3 o'clock maybe. That would be good. 2 our time.
Yeah. I'm running into some interesting anomalies with all of these damn speed tests, so. One of the things they had me do was to take my laptop downstairs to where their modem is on my outside wall and plug directly into it.
Okay.
And download, I got about twice what I was getting upstairs, but upload was limited to 200. And I thought, well, this is an older laptop. Maybe it's something in the laptop equipment is not right.
Right.
So then after we hook everything back up like it's supposed to be, I come back upstairs again, hook into the same network I test everything on my desktop computer with. And lo and behold, I get the same download and upload speeds on my laptop up here as I do on my desktop. So, who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, they're progressing anyway, so hopefully I will have acceptable speeds by tomorrow night.
Let's
I told
hope.
them, I put a little pressure on it and said, Cox has offered to increase me 60% of my download speed at no extra charge. Now they're just upgrading everybody. I didn't.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's
But
yeah.
it's still though, even if it sucks in the end, I probably will stick with this new one. Although I hope we get it fixed a little bit, because I'm paying $35 a month for. If it works, it'll be around 500 up and down.
That'd be good.
And Cox, I'm paying with all the fees and taxes and crap about $110 a month for what would be about 250 down and 10 up.
Now, what's your cable provider? Are you using Cox for cable?
No, I switched to DirecTV.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How you liking that so far?
Not as well as Cox, believe it or not.
Really?
But I'm getting used to it.
Right.
And I need to call the support line for the Costco people who handle that. And there's a way that I can set up a bunch of my favorites
Right.
remote. And I don't know how to do that yet. And the one thing, 2 things I don't like about DirecTV. I don't like their remote. And half the channels I get are sales channels. I mean, there's like 60 equivalent home shopping or QVCs or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, package I've got. And I'm never going to look at any of those. But
No.
I'm getting used to it. So.
No. I was playing around with the Fire Stick earlier tonight. I was trying to find a basketball game, and she wanted to watch Survivor. So I figured I would just do my history. Watch the basketball game, go watch Survivor, go back, check history, and go back to the basketball game. No, there's no history. Oh, no problem. I'll just go check my search. No, there's no search. So I currently am carrying 2 different streams from the same company. So I jump over to the other one, and I've got history, I've got search, I've got favorites. Works just fine. But that one doesn't have the guide on it, and I kind of still like having a guide where I can, you know, get an idea of what's going on. Jim says the live stream will likely start closer to 3 p.m. That's fine.
So you have a cable provider, plus you have a Roku and a Fire Stick?
I have AT&T for internet, and everything is streamed. We have the Roku, which is streamed, the Fire Stick, which is streamed, the TV, which can be streamed, and then obviously my computers.
Now the TV, is that another provider?
No, it's just a smart TV with the app.
Tim, what do you think about Lee? I meant that.
Jim posted in chat that the stream will likely start closer to 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
3 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern, yes. Our time. Greg's time, your time, my time.
I may be a little late. My wife has a doctor's appointment at 10:30 on the other side of the valley.
That means I'll probably be there around 1:30.
Yeah, it'd be noon your time, Jeff, so that's going to be rather tight.
So, it's okay. I mean, I'm good with it, regardless.
Hey, Tim.
Jim's not here. He's in chat, and he was going to bed. It's just the professor, Greg, Jeff, Rick, and myself.
Yeah, I'm replying to you.
Oh, well, I'm Bozo the Clown again, so let's get the names right. Go ahead, Josh.
Thank you for sending me the fellow hard drive.
You're quite welcome. So those of you that didn't know, Josh's external hard drive crashed on him yesterday. And a very concerned citizen reached out to me and wanted to know if I could help him out. And I did what I could, and he got a hard drive today. So hopefully it'll work. We must thank that concerned citizen one day as soon as I figure out who it was. I couldn't tell because I'm like, what? Slow down, buddy. I'm all right, Rick, believe it or not. I may have a little mild case of Tourette's, but I try to keep it clean. Come on, that was halfway funny. You guys are starting out, man. Put you all in there. Yeah, really. So Tucson, Arizona, Rick?
Yep.
Nice.
Just before the pandemic started.
Nice.
Probably 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
You have to rename your square to Rodney Dangerfield or something.
I get no respect. No respect.
No respect. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Speaking of
But
that,
I was thinking, earlier today, I guess we'll have to call you Mr. Stout because we got all these names that sound the same.
you got Tim, you got Ken, you got Jim, and when your hearing's as bad as mine, it all sounds the same. You probably could call me Bozo the Clown. I probably won't answer. Yeah, did he really just say that? He's on his way to the waiting room. Man. So Rick, how's your weather today?
It was nice. It was 23 degrees.
Wind?
Yeah, low wind.
Yeah.
Sunny.
We hit 71.
Yeah, we were 71 also.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hey, but Pepper,
Yes.
when you get time, it might help if you put a note on my laptop. Because I know that I have a screensaver called Greedy Tech or whatever it is. And it might help if you put a note on there that says, "Please do not turn off the computer when I'm not here."
and it took someone turning off the computer when I'm not around.
Well,
Tom
well,
K
you-
says
I thought you wanted you told me last night you was gonna turn off the computer yourself.
Yeah, I turned it off because when I was talking to you earlier today, they turned off the power. But I don't know if someone's turning it off when I'm not here, because there's been a couple of times when I went down my list and they had turned my computer off.
Well, I can't do that. The only way I can do that on your computer right now is to just put a notepad on your desktop. But if Jeff's Windows 10 professional license works, I can actually force a message on the login screen before you put your password in, so that anybody that comes up to your computer and wiggles the mouse will see it.
Okay.
Can you forward that to me, Greg?
Say what?
Can you forward that to me?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them.
I like that. So, a couple things come to mind on what you guys were just talking about. The first one, let's try this route first. Alex, is there any way you can make it where you have to put a password in before you can shut the computer down?
I don't think.
Not on Windows 10 Home. No.
Okay. What about Windows 10 Pro?
So hopefully Jeff's Pro license will work.
Okay. And then if that doesn't work, Josh, is there not any way you can lock your door and you're the only one that has a key?
No, I can't lock that door because they never fit the lock.
Here's a solution, but you'll have to do it yourself, or I'll have to walk you through it using your iPad or something. Josh, you could set a password on the BIOS, but I would never do that for you. You would have to do that yourself.
Well, I don't want to do that because then that will prevent you from getting it.
Well, he would know the password. He would tell you. My question is, how does setting a password in BIOS solve them shutting the computer off or someone shutting the computer off?
Yeah, it doesn't. It just prevents somebody from turning the computer on.
Right. And if I understood him correctly, he's got an issue with someone going in after he leaves and turning the computer off. Is that what you said, Josh?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
When I was doing the college, administering the network at the college, I had it since we was since all the computers were Windows 10 Pro. I could set it up on a server. I could go on the server, set it up to where none of the students could turn the computer off at all or restart it unless they physically pressed and hold the power button for 10 seconds. The only way you can shut the computer off is actually to log in with an administrator account and restart or shut down the computer. So I did that so I could maintain control over the machines, because I had people turning them off all the time, and when nobody's there, I can't get somebody to turn them back on.
can you not set his up the same way?
There's only two people that I want remotely accessing my computer, and that would be the professor and Doug Beck. I don't want to come home and have to turn on my computer all the time.
Costanza is in the house. I've been practicing that name literally all day long, and I still screw it up. And he's watching. Oh, the Bulls are playing now. He's watching a basketball game, I believe. Speaking of which,
I can change all the settings in the software in the world to lock it down, but that still won't stop somebody from having somebody that has physical access to your room from going in there, holding down the power button for 20 seconds and forcibly turning the computer off.
or unplugging it from the wall.
I have an idea.
Okay.
There's a screensaver in Windows 11, also in Windows 10, that's called 3D tap. So I'm thinking if we put a method on that screensaver that says do not turn off computer because from time to time you remotely access it, they won't touch it. You think that'll work?
Depends on if the person.
It's worth a try, but I mean, again, there's nothing I can do to stop somebody from, and physical access to the computer from going in there and physically pressing the power button and holding it down for 20 seconds.
Or pulling the power plug out of the wall or something, sure. I think the bigger issue is why are they going in and why are they turning off your computer?
Right.
And then the other issue would be if it's a group home, someone's got to do maintenance there. I would say, here's my new lock for my door, install it, and I'm the only one with the key. Unless they're going to go to the, well, it's a group home bullshit, and we have to have a key, and then you're not defeating that purpose.
Right.
So that's a tough one.
You know, signs don't always work. Once upon a time, many years ago, I was stopped at a rest stop on the interstate. And I'm standing in line behind this lady who used the water fountain. And it's one of these where you have to push in on a button. The sign says you got to hold it for a few seconds before the water stops.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's up there going, and I finally told her, I said, the sign says you got to push and hold it. She says, oh, I never read signs.
Little Asian woman.
Now, maybe she couldn't read, and I didn't understand that. But
Right.
I think she just was oblivious.
I had another idea. If I go into my power settings, there should be an option that says choose what the power button does. There should be an option in the power settings that says when I push the power button, do nothing.
Yes, there is.
So that would solve that problem of them not pushing the power button because the power button would do nothing. However,
If they hold it down, no matter what that setting is set to, if they hold it down for like say an extended time, like 30 seconds, it'll still forcibly turn the computer off and ignore that setting.
why?
Because you have to have a hardware mechanism to shut down when the software is screwed up.
That's a in case of emergency shutdown when the software is not working.
So from my understanding is there's nothing that we can do until we get professional, right?
All the software tweaks I'm talking about, they only work with most of them only work with professional, other than that screensaver idea you had.
He's going to get professional one way or the other. I'm going to see to it.
Or should I say, those only work the official Microsoft way with professional, because if you try to do it without professional, you have to go into the registry and not even I'm that knowledgeable with the registry to do that.
Yeah, that's something you want to stay away from. You can really fuck things up really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not growing and I'm like, can't do it.
But if that one key doesn't work, I have another one to try. If that one doesn't work, I have two other Windows 8.1 OEM Pro keys to try. So we've got 4 keys to try. 5 if I can find my original Windows 8 Pro key I bought, which I'm going to look for tonight, so I'll have them ready for Jim tomorrow if he needs them.
But I want him to be able to access the computer to do anything while I'm gone.
Well, I'll do whatever I can, but again, I just can't control the people there physically pressing the button or pulling the power cord out of the battery when it's dead or something like that.
Why do you expect to need that much maintenance? I guess that's what I don't understand.
I mean,
You shouldn't.
I like the fact that I can just walk in the door and food's already ready for me. All I have to do is click the ends the key and you guys are already on the screen, is what I mean.
Well, that's nice, but on the other hand, you'll be surprised at how fast this one's going to boot up when you start it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, and how, yep.
I put a link in chat how to lock the PC.
Put a link in chat so I can find the Rodney Dangerfield picture. I'm not having any luck.
That was easy to find.
Well, you're talking to me. You know how that goes.
Put in Rodney Dangerfield, no respect, space, images. And it pops up. There's a link in Zoom chat how to lock your computer to prevent someone from turning it off or looking at your file.
I don't even want to do that. Oh, they're talking about home PC. You can put a switchless socket to the wall, epoxy the plug in place, armor the cable against cutting, super glue the cable in the back of the computer, and remove the power and reset switch connections from the motherboard.
Yep, there you go.
You know what would be really funny? If they walk up to my computer and every time they touch it, they got that.
Or if they started wiggling the mouse, it'd give them a countdown of like 10 seconds and a really loud alarm went off.
Yeah.
Or they could respect your privacy and not go in your room while you're not there and turn your computer off.
Yeah.
Just a thought. But I'm telling you, they're going to go to that rule where they have, since it's a group home, they're going to say that they have to have 24-hour access or whatever. And there's two sides on that. So, Greg, I did that, and I kind of found the one I want. But every time I try to, let me try this a different way.
All the more reason to move out.
I can send you the link if you need it.
No.
You know, if I just so happen to be on, you know, and you text, if I just happen to be on the computer and you text me or something because you're suspicious that there may be somebody there, I can, with the TeamViewer audio chatting function, I can actually talk to them through the computer and scare them away.
Record that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Now I can't find the one I wanted. That's
Or I can
crazy.
just find some really loud sound effect or noise or some Halloween soundtrack and play it on loop for 2 hours or something, like I did at college.
I put the link in chat for the Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, I'll get it.
Because when I'm down in Miami, I never, ever turn her computer off because I always access it remotely. At the very least, I let the monitors every but the tower is always on. And they believe me for that.
I think yours is a little bit more detailed than the one I
set
got.
after I set all those settings at college to lock the software down so they couldn't, you know, shut down the computer or restart the computer from the software without logging in as an administrator, they got the hint and nobody did it anymore.
Maybe that'd be a approach we need to take with this situation because I'm tired of coming home with my computer real long. But if it's like everybody's saying, it's going to be blazingly fast, and I'm not really worried about it.
Do they say why they turn it off?
No. I get it. my guess it would be because it wasted power. But the monitor wasted more power than the actual hard drive.
Are you still the only resident?
To my understanding, Terry brought this up a couple times before. It costs more to run the monitor than it does the tower.
Yeah.
Meaning that you could pay a quarter to run one of these. It costs more to run the monitor than it does the actual tower.
Yeah. Because the PC will go to a very low condition.
Right.
On my mom's computer, that's the only maintenance I do on her computer is I go in there and run Windows Update and run 99 to update like the Google Chrome and the Firefox and stuff. Maybe
Firefox should automatically update for you.
it does, but sometimes I do it. Sometimes I run that 99 before it catches it, and it
Google Chrome has an update. If anybody hasn't updated their Google Chrome in the last 2 days.
Yeah, I think I seen that earlier. In fact, I know I've seen it because
They fixed one critical flaw and looked at it. I must be weird. I don't like automatic updates of any type.
I've never had a problem with it.
well, I thought I was having
I'm the
issues
same
with
way.
my
I
mail.
don't-
That's why I checked it.
That's another one of my. That's another one of my uses for professional. Because I go in there to the update settings and policy and set it so it doesn't automatically do the updates at all. I have to go in there and manually press the download button.
Well, I tell it to notify me and let me do the updates when I want to.
That's what I have.
I don't go into the policy editor or anything. Oh, I had some news today on my friend who asked me for advice on the laptop called me.
And
And he did not buy any of those laptops.
That's good.
So he called me back and asked me for some advice on 2 others that they were looking at. Office Depot, where he likes to shop, is having a big sale again. And at least he's looking at ones that on regular price are between $500 and $600 at this point. So I'm not sure which one he's going to get. His wife apparently likes, there was an HP with a 17-inch screen that she liked. And they're not going to be traveling much with it. And it does have a solid state drive. And so I told him, and he was looking at that one, another one. He was looking at one that had Windows 10S, and I said, not no, but hell no, if you buy that one, I'm going to come over to your house with a sledgehammer and beat it to death.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he finally narrowed it down to 2, and I said, since your wife's going to be using it, take her into Office Depot, ask them to show you both of them, and let her pick.
right.
And they both have solid state drives. And then he talked about, he asked me if I would come and put in a solid state drive in his desktop. I said, well, I could. Then I said, what's the model number? So I couldn't find it by going to HP support website, although I did find it by Googling it. It took me to the HP support website. But this is a computer from 2009 that uses DDR2 memory. And I called him back and I said, I would not spend a plug nickel
Yeah.
on anything that old. I said, if use it as long as you're happy with it and it's working, and when something screws up, buy a new computer. And it originally had Windows Vista on it, and it's been upgraded twice, and now it's been upgraded to 10, and it's working. And I said, if it works until 2025, and you're happy with it, use it.
Yeah, really.
My last old computer I had that had DDR2 in it only had like 3 gigs of DDR2, 250 gig SSD, and came with Windows 7 Home Premium from the factory, and it ended up going to the I ended up donating it to the school and putting to the college and putting Linux on it.
This one has got a 500 gigabyte, 7200 RPM hard drive, and 6 gigabytes of memory. And as far as I can tell, I assume it's running Windows 10 Home, but it is running a 64-bit version of Windows 10, so which is not what was on it originally.
I would highly recommend people stay away from Windows 10F because I bought the HP laptop and that had Windows 10F on it, and I had
Are they
nothing
even
to
still
follow.
selling Windows 10 computers with Windows 10s on it anymore?
Who?
Microsoft are they selling Windows computers with Windows 10s on it anymore?
I don't know whether Microsoft is selling theirs that way. This was an Office Depot brand new computer on sale.
I'm afraid that when Windows 11 comes out, Microsoft will come out and have the bright idea of doing a Windows 11s. We'll have the same thing.
Well, I heard that Microsoft is going to be coming out with Windows 11 FE, what basically means that Windows 10 F, that the FE version. Now, the only way you could get that is on a high-price machine, and it has to be through the school.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would have to be through because it's for the IT department to be able to manage the stuff easier.
Yeah.
But no, he did in fact, this guy did in fact ask me today if he should update the hardware on his Windows Vista laptop and install Chrome OS on it. I said, no. He just can't stand to spend a nickel more than he absolutely has to.
You've been able to install Chrome OS on older machines for quite a while now through third parties, but Google is just now coming out with the version of the Chrome book software called, I think it's called like Chrome OS Flex or something, that will allow you to install it and have it officially on any old hardware that you got laying around.
It's going to be interesting. His wife is running Windows Vista on her laptop, and either of these new ones she gets is going to be Windows 11, so that's going to be culture shock right there.
Because she skipped 3 versions.
Yep.
More if you count the number of Windows 10 feature updates that Windows 10
had Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10. So 4, even if you count Windows 10 as a single version.
Well, going back to what Terry used to say back in the old days, and I highly believe it, he used to make a joke and he used to say, HP stands for horrible product. And now
Depends on which product line you get.
And now I understand why.
I will agree that, except for, with one exception, my HP laptop I have here that's 8 years old is one of the best laptops I think HP made because you can literally take the battery out, take one screw out, and get access to everything.
If you buy a cheap HP, you get what you pay for. My Envy, which is sort of like the one, I guess Doug was working on it to carry, I don't remember, has been a good machine, and everything in it is pretty standard parts. They have no proprietary stuff.
That's what I have. The laptop I have.
The business machines, like the last place I worked, were all HP. And all of those performed okay. But it's not the cheap commercial, the cheap home line.
When I was in high school, they had all their laptops when I was in high school was HP ProBooks. Those were pretty good.
But if you buy a $300 HP Pavilion laptop, you're buying a piece of junk. It's just as simple as that.
And I was watching a stream earlier tonight, and they were talking about webcams. And the guy made a comment, you said it a few times here, is you get what you pay for. And his other comment followed up was, there's a reason why they're priced so cheap. So I keep hearing this over and over tonight. Must be a theme with people's thoughts on products and prices. He's pretty interesting to watch. He does a lot of OBS teaching. Rick, if you think I'm out there a little bit, you should watch this guy, because I guarantee you he is out there. He'll change his face and add all kind of, I can't think of the word right now, but he'll put on, it's not masking, but it basically is masking. Pretty smart. One guy asked him a question, he goes, I want to learn the OBS, I want to teach OBS, but I don't really understand OBS, I'm really afraid of OBS. The guy goes, you shouldn't be teaching OBS. Next question.
That's for sure.
Well, he did go back and kind of sugarcoat it a little bit and explain to him why, but the way his initial reaction to that was absolutely spot on and hilarious. So speaking of spot on, do we have Derek Gilholm seriously in the chat room, or could that be an imposter? Let's see if he'll.
Bloody hell!
Oh, it is Derek! Oh, bloody hell! Yeah, I kind of figured it was you.
You know he's asleep.
Oh gosh, yes. I'm sure that he is. I could go click on that link that he wants me to try to add in OBS, which I do want to make some changes in there, but maybe once she starts working, I'll have some time to sit down and focus on rearranging some things. So you put a link that they're going to start putting ads
in Explorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
They said by one of the ways I've heard, they said they're going to hide them, but they're still going to be there. What, File Explorer?
Yeah.
Oh, our File Explorer on our desktops?
Yeah.
Wow.
Windows would not be bad to be a big ad team, to be a big ad market. And that's what they're making it out to be.
Don't you know Microsoft needs more money?
They make so much money on Windows and Microsoft. It's not even funny.
Actually, Windows is not a big money maker for Microsoft anymore.
No, the cloud is big.
Cloud is the biggest. The next one is probably Office after that.
Right.
But the cloud and the stuff they sell corporations where they make the most money.
I will be going down my ear on Friday, and I will be coming home on Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
So we need to back up that deal before you before Friday, so you can take it down to your aunt's. And
I'm not looking to back it up until I get that other computer. I'm gonna wait until Jim gets it, and I'm gonna back it up. Unless you want to go in and do it how, it doesn't matter to me.
You just got to back up the data.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave that up to the professor.
what do you mean? I was going to back up the whole. I meant back up the whole image, the whole machine.
Yeah, you can do that. You want me to plug it in now? You can go and do it. I mean, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, you could share your screen and show us that the new drive works. That'd be pretty cool. Why don't you do that?
Okay, I can do it.
I think we have an upgrade to put the AP on here too.
And definitely we do. We got enough room to put the HP.
Yeah.
Your and your new one.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the AP.
More than enough.
Well, we'll start with the AP since everybody on the AP.
What size is the external drive?
Terabyte.
Paramount. Yeah.
Yeah, that concerned citizen was pretty frantic about that. It took 20 minutes to calm him down just on that part alone. I mean, the concerned citizen wasn't he?
That article says that you'll be able to turn off the ads in File Explorer.
Hey, Dr. Rob's in the chat. I just can't believe they're going to do that. That is horrible.
Money, money, money.
Well, of course, but still.
Yeah. All for marketing. Which was all what Windows 11 is. It's just for marketing. Marketing scheme. The other thing that's going to there, I think maybe we've already talked about this once, but they're saying you're going to need a Microsoft account to install Windows 11 Professional very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor as well.
I think that's a bunch of BS. I think there'll be a way around it. Just like there is right now with the.
No, there is. Just go with a contract. They'll show you how. Well, there's always ways around it, but the question is, do you want to have to do some of the stuff you need? If it involves messing with the registry and so forth, then I really don't want to do that.
Somebody will write that file script.
So,
Yeah.
I don't trust myself with the registry. That's why I hired the professional to do that.
Not even I do that much stuff with the registry unless I read somebody's articles and it's really detailed how to do something. I won't even mess with the registry.
I mean, I've done some registry stuff after reading an article on it, and they provide the script, and you use the script in Regedit, but after you make a backup of the registry. Yeah, you make a backup. I used to play with registry editors years ago.
There it is, Ken.
And I know.
You don't even have anything on it yet.
Western Digital Elements.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm glad it got it. I'm glad it works.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just crap they put on there. You don't need it.
For a Mac.
So I noticed a while ago when I switched scenes to go get the link to Zoom, if I go to this scene right here, which will show up on YouTube here in about 7 seconds, and I leave up my Twidget, the effect doesn't carry over. It takes it back to, puts the YouTube logo in the bottom corner of the picture, and it's just got the plain white background with black lettering. So I had to go figure that out, which is just going to be a setting, I believe.
Make it your favorite background color, purple.
Yeah, exactly.
Purple and gold.
I kind of like the one that's working right now, if it ever shows back up here. Yeah, I kind of like that one right there. It gets rid of the YouTube logo, which I absolutely can't stand, and it's actually not a purple background. It's actually space, and then the two colors. But the reason I've not changed is because it's still working. We know last time when we experimented with it, and we changed it 4 times. That 5th time, it just is completely gone away. So I'm good with this for now. There's a couple other things I saw that I'm still kind of, I don't know if I want to do it or not. You can get carried away with some of this stuff. I mean, some of it's pretty cool. Some of it's kind of gimmicky. Some of it's absolutely ridiculous. That, like, what Michael does with his face, I wish I could show you guys, but I don't have it on my computer. Some of it's really neat, and some of it's just really, you got to scratch your head and wonder what's going through this guy's mind a little bit. Of course, now he'll be watching the stream, and I'll get an email tomorrow, get an explanation of what's going through his mind.
Hell with it, go for it. break it. You gotta back up.
Yeah, Alex, show us what you're doing. Don't enjoy this by yourself. Microsoft 12. Hey, I heard that's coming out.
Yep. Someday.
You don't think they'll skip?
Microsoft Windows 12.
There we go.
Windows fucking different.
I thought you already had this downloaded.
I did, but he just deleted it.
Oh, okay. Well, while you're setting that up, this gives me time to go check the basketball score.
I didn't think you had to. Last time I installed this the other day, I didn't have to. I didn't have to.
It's under the top. You gotta go up to the top. Under products. Go under products. Reflection, reflect free, just straight down. To your left. Right there.
What's the difference between home and free?
I have no idea.
That's where Doug went.
Well, they're both 4 letters. One starts with an H, one starts with an F. They both contain an E. I don't know.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
That's when I clicked on before. But they trying to get me to put a email in there to register it, but I did it a couple of days ago and didn't have to put an email.
Put kstout2016@gmail.com.
There you go. Yeah, go ahead. You have my blessing.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, trying to get me in trouble again.
Put any old random email.
I didn't even put one in there, and it's gonna.
There you go.
They already.
There's the noise.
That's the trick.
Coming out.
If you just don't put one in there, you just gotta make sure that you're downloading the right version. And if you don't put one in there, it will still let you.
So I saw Sam Lazar said hello in the chat. I did not mean to not say hi. I just kind of noticed it again. Hey, Sam, good to see you.
Yeah, I saw that too.
You and a bunch of other people will be learning how to crack if they put ads in there. It'll be something that's not going to go unnoticed, that's for sure.
No, it said in the article that I read that you will be able to turn them off. So it's probably just a check mark hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Right now, it's just in the insider build, isn't it?
Right.
Well, I don't like that either one of what they're gonna be coming out with. You got unsupported hardware.
Well, who was it that said you kind of get used to it after a time and then it just kind of disappears?
I did.
That's K Stout 2016. Get bombarded with more emails that I don't need.
I don't get that many.
I don't know what I've done. I honestly, maybe YouTube, I don't know.
I would go into Gmail, open the email, and then do like it said in that article, go to more, I think it was, and then it says block email sender. And you won't get them.
Yeah, I've been doing that, but I still, like tonight, I got one. Shoot, I deleted it already. There was something about car insurance, and I don't get why I got that. Speaking of car insurance, an hour and a half this morning on the phone, we got that issue resolved.
Well, it's just taking a while.
Because this is a really slow computer, but surprisingly, once I start the backup, it don't take that long to back it up.
So you're going to be happy when he gets his new machine too, then, huh?
I sure am. Because being that I'm remote and I can't see the computer, a fast computer really helps.
So I know where most everybody's at. I'm going to play a Carrie and a Doug here. Where's everybody from?
I came from my mama.
I came from my mama and my papa.
I knew that was coming. I just wondered who it was going to be. All right, Black Watch. Now, what states are you guys from? I know where most everyone's from.
Originally or now?
Either or. You're from Kansas originally.
Yep.
Well, maybe South Carolina. Let me think about this a minute. No, I think you're originally from Kansas.
Yep.
And you've bounced around the world. South
I
Carolina.
haven't lived there since 1978. But
Yeah,
lived in Tennessee 22 years. I lived in Vegas 10 years. And then in South Carolina 5.5 years or something like that. And then back to Vegas. So,
was that all with one company?
no.
Oh, okay.
Actually, 3 different companies, and 4 actually. Although 3 of them were on the same government project, they just changed contractors.
I know Alex is in Arkansas. I know Greg is in Maryland. I know Rick is in Minnesota. Josh is in Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania. Robert's in Tennessee. Matthew's in Tennessee. Tony's in California. Dr. Rob, I believe, is in Texas.
Well, we won't hold that against him too much.
We used to have an old timer that was in Tennessee, but he left us.
Yep.
Tom K is in Tucson, Arizona. Hey, cool. Rick's got a t-shirt on from Tucson, Arizona. Which, if you think about Tucson, it's kind of spelled funny.
While I was there, I went up all the way to the top of Mount Lebanon.
I've been to Flagstaff quite a few times. Been to Phoenix a few times. Glendale a couple times. I really like Flagstaff. Of course, I've enjoyed the Grand Canyon, so that's why I like Flagstaff.
I like Flagstaff.
Yep. And Sam's in Australia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Melbourne, because if I say Melbourne, then it's pronounced wrong, because I guess it's Melbourne. Or Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, it's got an R in it. It's gonna be Melbourne. It's like gosh dang it! I shouldn't have tried to say that name.
Costanza.
Yeah, thank you. Gonna be my spokesman when I need to say that name.
You're gonna keep the screen share going until this finishes, or
No, you can unshare it, and then when it gets close, you can reshare it, and let us kind of keep an eye on the time. It's saying about 20 minutes, so that's not too bad.
yeah, that's about what it took. It took about 25 minutes or so the first time I did it on the bad hard drive, and it wouldn't verify. And it's about a 55 gig image once it's all compressed and done.
Well, hopefully this one will verify, because I would really be frustrated if a new hard drive wouldn't verify it. That would be.
Well, like I say, I've done this for the same way for a lot of times for a lot of different people, and it's always worked. I've never gotten that verification error.
I'm originally from Hammond, Indiana.
Oh, that's right. You had told us that before. Rick, you lived in Minnesota your entire life?
Yep. Well, no. Before I was adopted, I was in foster care. I was in between Minneapolis, St. Paul, and the summer and in the winter we went down to Dallas, Texas.
St. Paul, Ramsey County.
Lately I've been tucked into Pepper around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Can't sleep or stuff on your mind? Just want to mess with him? If you go just want to mess with him, that gets an attaboy for me. That's good.
Stuff on my mind and can't sleep.
I don't go. I don't care. I'm kind of in the same. I've been in the same situation lately.
Well, like I said earlier, I don't mind if anybody needs anything and you've got my phone number or my email. Shoot me a text. I don't care time of day. Let me know.
I have your email, but I don't have your phone number.
Yeah, I got a call relatively recently, around 3 in the morning, and by 3:05 I was on the computer talking to someone because they needed to have a conversation, which is basically me listening to someone swearing like a sailor. No, it wasn't great, by the way.
Well, 15% now.
Ken, in the chat is the pronunciation of Melbourne.
In the
From
chat.
Wikipedia. Zoom chat.
Oh, neat. So,
Don't know if it's right, and I don't know how to say the diacritical marks or whatever the hell you call them. But,
Well, we have a city in Arkansas called Malvern, where I went to school, Malbern, and every time I say that to my Google Home assistant thing, it thinks I'm saying Melbourne.
yeah.
well, according to that, it's not a link, but I would say it's Melbarn, the way that it's written, MEL-BARN, but I'm sure that's wrong.
Oh, I done got my own self laughing on that one. Ken.
That was a good one. I like that. Oops. Yeah, Sam, I don't think we can talk on the phone. I got a funny feeling, even though they're cell phones, I don't think that's possible unless you have a special plan. Of course, I could be wrong on that, but that's what I think. But I got email on the phone, I got messages on the phone, I got the phone on the phone.
Hey, Ken, here's another link where you can listen to the pronunciation, according to Wikipedia.
When you put
And
that,
it's pronounced Melbourne. B-U-R-N-E. Burn.
Yeah.
coffee on days. I like that one too.
And chat. Coffee and chat.
Coffee only in the morning, not at night. Don't care for it.
Yeah, brain teaser. Where was you at in 1965? What was you doing?
Graduating from high school.
Oh, that was quick. And okay. I was expecting a thinking process
A
there.
long pause from everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
Graduating high school.
Graduated from high school in May or June, whenever the hell we had commencement in 1965. Don't remember if it was May or June anymore. That's why I call it. That's why it's old timer.
I can't wait till 2023 till next year because then I will have officially been graduated for 10 years.
Just a young buck.
yeah.
1965, I was getting kicked out of high school.
Well, it don't seem like it, but this coming May 8th, I will have graduated. It will have been a year since I graduated college already.
Greg was not graduating. He was getting kicked out.
Yeah, I heard that.
Tell you what'll make you feel old. Not long after we got married, not that much longer, we went to my wife's 20th high school reunion, and they were giving out door prizes for the couple with the oldest grandchildren. And I was saying, what the hell?
How many prizes did you get?
Hmm?
How many prizes did you get?
None. Didn't have any children at that point.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get one of those plastic things with a ball on the end that you put in a rotary phone and dial?
Nope. But I would say my wife's from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and that reunion, I'll say one thing, those Okies know how to party. We had a 3-day, almost continuous party
Wow.
They had a holodome there, if anybody remembers those. Holiday Inn with a constructed around the central area where you could gather and do this and the other thing. And on a Friday night, we started about, I don't know, 6 o'clock. And about 1 a.m., everybody ponied up extra money for the band. They played till 3 a.m. Of course, that's when we still had enough, we're still young enough to have a little stamina. At the 50th reunion we went to there, everybody started getting up to go home around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, this is my 45th year to be graduated from high school, so I may attend this year now that we're in the same state anyway.
Well, it was kind of ironic when we went back to my 50th. They had an all-school thing that was held in what used to be the National Guard Armory there. But prior to that, our class had its own little gathering, and the only place the lady organizing it could find to rent was the reception room at the funeral home.
Oh, man. Oh.
Which I thought was kind of ironic.
Yeah. Or a subliminal message you didn't know about, one or the other. I mean,
it was actually nice. This one classmate organized all this. She and her husband did it, and the people that had traditionally organized it got irritated a few years earlier and quit doing it. This gal, she and her husband organized it and paid for all the expenses themselves.
Well, I dated a girl that worked at a funeral home. She was for lack of not knowing the technical term, the gopher.
Yep.
And she actually lived at the funeral home because if she had to leave in the middle of the night, she was there and go get the bodies.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't date very long. I found that to be a little bit creepy.
But yeah, this girl in my class, she was, and some of us tried to give her a little money to help with the expenses, and she didn't want to take it. So a number of us mailed her a $20 bill later on without any return address, just to help out a little bit. I guess there were maybe only 15 or 20 out of our class there. We had 45 in our class, was all. So, small class. My wife's school had 500 and some in the class, which was more than we had in our school. That was when the my school was still segregated.
I'm surrounded by old people.
Yep.
Well, if you put yourself here, let me make sure you're clearly now you're surrounded by old people because I put you in
Put him in the middle.
Put him in the Alice Square. Here's a story of a man named Robert.
Well, it doesn't quite work because he's still surrounded by the professor and Josh.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could ever set it to where you make one change and it affects everybody's or not. I don't think you can. That would, if that was the case, you'd have people moving people around all the time.
Yeah.
I did set it so you guys can rechange your name there, Old Timer 65.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I've got to go into the settings and see if that could be a permanent thing or not, or I've just got to remember to do it every time I start Zoom. And it was weird. I had started Zoom because I wanted to get the tank lined up behind me, and I'm not paying any attention. And I glanced over and I seen Greg was sitting there in the waiting room, so talked to him for a couple minutes, and I wanted to get that done. And I went back to getting it set up and whatnot. Come back in here, and all of a sudden on my one screen it says your Zoom session has ended. I thought, what? I didn't have I did start a Zoom, and I had 40 minutes of inactivity because I was working on the tank, and it automatically shut it off. So that's kind of a nice feature if you think about it. That way you don't sit there and have it running 24 hours a day like some people, Alex, does.
Hey, I only had it running for 10 hours the other day.
For the 18th time.
Yeah. Ken.
And that was the only reason why it was running for 10 hours is because you was on and off me and you was trading off hosts.
How did I get drug into that? I don't understand that at all. You're
Because
on
you have to
Zoom
be-
for 10
Your
hours.
Robert has to be the one, your Robert has to be the one to give it to me.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
Man, the high school I went to was built in 1916.
Wow. So if you don't mind sharing, why'd they kick you out?
I don't know, stupid reasons.
Good answer. I like that.
My college kicked me out because my instructor left. He quit. If he hadn't quit, I would still be there helping manage everything. Even though I technically graduated already.
I didn't get kicked out of school. I got asked to leave school after basketball season ended my senior year. I didn't have to go to school for half a day, and then I'd go back at lunchtime and converse with everybody that was still in school. And I got asked to leave more than once.
4 minutes left. 77%.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Is that just at the backup? That doesn't count verification, I assume.
That does not count verification. It's just
Well, what we can do is once he gets his new machine, we got this, we're streaming it. We can go back and reference how long it took, and you can see what the difference in the two machines are strictly for the backup purposes.
Is that, I assume the disk is a USB 3.
yes. This is at least this computer's fast at one thing. Backing up.
Another thing too. It charging up your battery.
Oh wow, Rutgers is getting beat. It's kind of a shock.
But that
Rutgers is getting beat by Notre Dame. That's kind of a little bit of an upset. Chicago's getting waxed by 18. Man, not really a blowout, but it's not really close either. Here we go. Awkward silence. Do what, Alex?
I was just gonna tell Josh after this is done, you need to find a flash drive you can plug in that you don't mind copying whatever's on it off of it, so they can erase it. So I can make it a rescue disk, so you can actually so we can recover to the ability that if necessary.
Do you guys ever get confused with all your flash drives and discs and this and that and the other? Do you ever like put the wrong one in and try to do something?
I do it all the time, but only because I have like a dozen of them, or more.
Just wondering.
Just the more 64 gigs.
Yeah, I bought that one right. Oh, you can't.
The oldest one I have is only a 4 gig. You can't even buy a 4 gig hardly anymore. They're all 8 gigs.
ugh.
50 cents, Best Buy, Champaign, Illinois. Bought every one of them they had.
I won't buy anything from Best Buy ever again.
Oh, some things are okay to buy in there. I don't remember. I didn't go in there for flash drives, but I can't turn down a 50-cent 64 gigabyte flash drive.
50 cents, wow.
Yeah, they were getting rid of them. They were clearing. It's What brand is this? This is Memorex. It's not live, it's Memorex. Who remembers that slogan?
Yeah.
It's working. It's working, Jay.
Terrifying.
It didn't get this far before.
Yeah, white line. That's what it was.
Well, again, I'd have been a little disappointed if it didn't work. That would be my first bad experience with Amazon.
And it's only 31 gigs.
Hey, what gigabytes have got more music than that? I've got almost 40 gigs of music.
I've got, I don't have quite that much. I've got a 64 gig SD card in my phone, and I've got 25 gigs of that 64 gigs is mostly, it's got a couple of DVD rips, DVDs that I copied on it, but most of it is music from my CDs that I copied, or music that I got from Amazon that I downloaded. A pretty big chunk of it, like 10 gigs, is Amazon stuff that I downloaded from Amazon Prime.
I can't really say much about flash drives. I've got 9 that are open. I still have 2 of these that are closed. And I've got 3 memory cards for my camera. So I really can't say much about you guys and your storage, because I got quite a bit actually. Not to mention my hard drives that are over there. I can't hold a candle to Robert though, or Darren.
Yeah, Darren's got a speed.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
I'll get a message about 6:30 in the morning. He'll say,
Ready?
yeah, he'll say, bloody hell, I don't have 10,000, I've got 20,000. That was funny. Now, he still can't beat the day that he crashed his 8 terabytes, though, because after he told me the first one, and he goes, but wait, it gets better.
You can't beat Darren anyway.
No.
He's good all the way around.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect guy.
Yeah, I got that back to about normal.
How old is Darren?
He's in his 50s. I don't know the exact age, but I know he's in his 50s. The biggest adjustment I'm having is to remember the time difference between he and I now, because it gained an hour by moving over here. Did you guys know that in 1978, I believe it was, the government tried an experiment with daylight savings time?
Yeah, they were talking about that tonight at church, they were saying that, somebody was saying that after this next fall back or something, that we won't ever do daylight savings again or whatever. It'll stay on the same time year round.
Well, it's been
If the bill passes, it
Right.
passes the Senate.
I wouldn't want to fall back, I'd want to swing ahead.
I'd want to fall back.
I wouldn't.
Well, the argument that I read was because if they don't change it, it's getting dark, or it doesn't get light until 8 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't get light till 8 o'clock in the morning some days now anyway, so what's the big deal? I'm trying to find the article. Of course, I won't be able to find it.
Darren's present has arrived. Or presents.
That's pretty good.
Bloody hell.
That is pretty
It's
good.
not taking very long to verify it.
No, it's not.
It's chugging along.
83%. 84.
Sam has a 3 terabyte laptop and it's nearly full. Wow.
should take a lot less time than writing it because you're just reading both ends and comparing.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, I gotta
The fish are
clean.
here, honey?
I threw everything in there to get the fish in there. I gotta clean it up tomorrow or Friday or Saturday.
Hi, Nicky J.
Babe,
Hello.
How are you?
they
You
can't
can hear me, right?
see. I told you. What did I
Yeah, I
say?
can hear you.
I told you. That's gotta be moved. That's gotta be moved that way.
No, it's okay. I'm fine with it. I'm just gonna be careful. Good evening, everybody.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. Going to sleep in a short while. I'll have a 6:30 appointment. 6:30 to wake
Here,
up.
I need to check something out. Sit down on that chair. No, seriously, I need to check this out.
Okay,
Here,
No, I
Miss
gotta
Ian.
give you something.
What's over this in the truck?
Sit down.
It only took 23 minutes and 54 seconds.
Okay.
Total?
Yes,
Yeah.
start to finish.
I was trying to get you fixed up.
Want to do the job?
Oh, that's funny.
Uh, not right now. But what I do want to go ahead and do is I do want you to put a flash drive in there so I can make the flash drive so that you have something to restore these if you need to.
I'll make the thing where you boot from the flash drive.
Right.
Yep.
One of these days, I gotta talk her into actually doing a live stream.
You get coffee?
Yeah, I got coffee. Of course, I got coffee.
Well, the reason I asked is I thought I know you did an experiment to see if it was causing your neck cramps or not.
I made it about 10 days and then we moved. I really need to get back down to doing that because I do think it does have an impact on them.
Really?
Yeah, I really felt that during that 10-day period, my legs weren't bothering me near at all. Now, I haven't had any serious cramps. I've got cramp.
Let me do the fast drive before you wipe it.
But nothing serious. But I just,
But,
she sent me a text and she says, "Do you want coffee?" I thought, yeah, why not?
yeah, you can wipe that.
Got to be up about 7. Make sure we're going to leave a little early in the morning to make sure we get there on time. So Matthew Kemp says, "Oh, sweet, you guys are still alive." Yeah, we all have pulses, Matthew. We're all doing pretty good, actually. Indiana's heaven. Robert might have a picture of the weather radar.
I did.
Yeah, can you somehow
I hope-
share that or figure
Yeah,
out
I
a way
posted-
we can
I
get it
posted-
to Matthew?
Yeah,
That was
I
pretty-
posted-
Pretty cool looking, actually. I'm trying to think where that distribution center is out there. Got to be one of the newer ones.
Which one?
The one out in Plainfield, the Walmart one.
Oh, okay.
I did see my niece today that I thought was still working at Walmart. She's actually working for a doctor in the well, he's an optometrist in the mall. Stopped in and had a couple minutes conversation with her.
Probably a better job.
Better job, more money, and less hours. Better hours.
How long is it gonna take to put in the Google computer tomorrow?
We can do it. We can start a little pool on what we think it's going to take. I say it'll be completely done in what, 3 hours?
90 minutes.
Hour and a half.
Well, 90 minutes is an hour and a half. Old timer. I mean, I know you're old.
Yeah, I know. I'm with Greg.
Well, he said he was gonna install Windows and update the BIOS, so.
Yeah, but that's not going to take that long.
You think 90 minutes, really?
I'm thinking it's probably, just say probably, hour and a half.
That would be 90 minutes, Professor.
I don't have, every get done in an hour, depending on how fast you can do it.
So we got 3
You
for
did
an
the
hour and a
other
half.
night when we was in Zoom by ourselves. He told me and said he's going to do it under an hour. Or he bets he can do it.
Well, he's not going to get on there and carry on like Kerry does, no pun intended. He's not going to talk. He's going to build the computer.
Kerry does what?
Carry on.
Babble.
Or carry me back to old Virginia, whatever.
Tony Wallow says 45 minutes.
We do the Dale tomorrow, Josh, because we're going to go to bed before work. We're going to get in bed. I can't do all this from bed.
Up to you, I don't know, Dale.
Well, you're off tomorrow, right, Josh?
Yep.
So
I've been off.
I'm guessing Robert emailed the fire thing to Matthew? Or did I miss something? Because, oh, there it is.
What all do we have to do for the Dell?
I'll just back it up. Just do what we're doing for the XP, and that's it.
I could do that tonight if you want. Doesn't seem that hard.
You could, if you wanted. Or we can do it. Or we can do it tomorrow. It doesn't matter to me.
Help you out.
The next morning, Alex gets a panic phone call.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
How about let's just not do it? How about let's just wait till tomorrow and I can help you do it so we don't accidentally miss something.
4 o'clock in the morning phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, to avoid that from happening. I actually used to get I used to get a lot of stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning from Darren because that's his waking up time, which sometimes is my going to bed time. He's got
It seems relatively simple.
Yeah, but it seems simple. Just one wrong click or something. And
yes.
That's how people
Didn't Chris Garrett recently wipe his C drive? Did I understand that correctly?
Okay?
I thought, didn't Chris Garrett recently wipe his C drive accidentally?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I'm not sure how the hell he did that, but
Maybe I'll let the professional handle it then.
Yeah, I would second that idea. All those in favor?
Aye.
Well, not everybody jumped on that. Seems we have some dissension amongst the ranks. That's a good idea, Josh. I'd let him do it.
Yeah, it'll give us something else to watch. Well, we live in this phone with something.
It's always been the highlight of my day is watching Windows install something. So we got 2 eyes from the stream. Guys are quick. I like that. We have an I from Tony Wallow with the letter I, or the pronoun I. And I can't believe the delay is this long.
Whether or not he's going to do the Mac image himself for the Dell, or whether or not he's going to let me do it.
I think it was for you to do it.
Yeah.
What's he going to do when you're living on your yacht and you can't be reached?
He don't have to worry about that because I'm never going to be that far out of pocket.
Never know.
Matthew Camp says I with a pair of eyes, but I can't show that on the thing because when I try to show that on this little gizmo, it won't put it in there. It'll just put the word eyes, I believe.
Completed.
It doesn't say completed, it says submitted. That means it's putting it
Yeah,
on
that's what I
the
thought it would do.
flash drive.
So
Thank God.
if Chris Garrett had backed his system up before he accidentally wiped it, could he not just restore it once he got back to a certain point?
Sure, that's what a backup's for.
Just how bad my reading is.
So what would he have to do? Put an operating system back on it and then the program to back it up?
If you got a flash drive with your backup software to boot from, that's all
you need?
boot from that.
Wow.
Jeff, your voice is heading south. You sound kind of hoarse.
Me?
No, Jeff does.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's still fighting something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm better tonight, actually. I've had two pills of my antibiotic, and until I've been yapping away so much here, I was actually feeling better. So,
I can imagine.
so maybe it's kicking in. They gave me 10 days worth, 20 capsules of the antibiotic. So
I'm going to try to set all the VA stuff up tomorrow, I think.
I assume you can do something more local now that you're near Indianapolis.
Yeah, let me think about this a second.
Although it's a government operation, so.
Don't forget to send the notifications out that he's going live tomorrow.
I won't.
Are we really for sure that he's going to be able to do it?
Oh, yeah. No, there's no doubt about that.
Okay.
The plumber got moved to Friday.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I hope that I don't have to go here. I'll have to ask my brother tomorrow where I have to go, but because if I have to go here, it's 11.7 miles away, about the same distance as what it was in Illinois, but it's in a horrible part of town.
Not unusual,
No, that's true.
because the government tries to build things in quote depressed areas of town to help build them up.
Yeah, I imagine that's it right there.
I don't know where it is here in Las Vegas. They did 2 or 3 years ago. They added some new VA facilities.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple of them in Vegas, actually.
Yeah, there's more than one.
Yeah, I'll have to ask my brother tomorrow. Yeah, he goes all the time.
One of my friends here, my guy that was asking me about the computers, he's got 40% disability. He was exposed to Agent Orange. And he does a lot of stuff at the VA. In fact, he had his cataract surgery by one of the surgeons from Nellis Air Force Base, who was supposed to be a very good surgeon.
Yeah.
So, some things he gets good service out of, others he goes to a regular doctor for.
The one thing that I've got to say with the VA that so far has been really good, and my brother will second this, is like whatever that was I had, the stroke or the seizure or whatever they thought it was, didn't cost me anything. Not one dime. My brother was in the hospital for 15 days with the pneumonia and the COVID. Didn't cost him one dime. So that is good. Because if he had to pay for it, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars just for that 14-day stay. I
hope you remember to put the PD-1 drive in it.
The who? The what?
The PD-1.
He
Oh, he
will.
will. He will. Yeah, he's going to be live streaming it, so
Set up unnecessarily, Josh.
Yeah, I think everything's going to be just fine.
Does your brother have any insurance? Health insurance?
He probably does now that he's back to work, but I think when that happened, he did not. We talked today a little bit at his work. He says, man, it's so good to be back to work. He goes, my little bit of savings that I had was getting really depleted. And then he said, but I'm glad I at least had that to fall back on.
I mean, even when you had good insurance, I think in 2008 when my wife had the extensive surgeries was in the hospital, the insurance covered most everything, but I think that year I was out of pocket $11,000.
Well, the insurance changed so much back around 2007 or 8. I don't remember the exact time.
I've been fortunate. I've always worked for companies that were large enough to have good health insurance plans.
Well, even that changed, though. I was going to go to work for Home Depot until they told me that I would only get 29.5 hours a week due to the insurance. And because if you hit 30 hours, then you're considered a full-time employee and they have to give you insurance. So I said, no, I don't want to work for you then. You know, who's going to live on? Yeah, who's living on 29.5 hours a week? Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're making $75 an hour, you know. I don't get it.
We've got good coverage now between Medicare and the good Medicare supplement program we have, except for prescriptions. We have no copays at all.
That's basically what I've got.
But the problem here now is that when you count the premiums for Medicare, plus the supplement, plus the dental insurance, plus the drug plan, plus the copays, I'm over $1,000 a month.
Give me a second.
If
I have plugged it. You want me to plug it back in?
Plug it back in real quick, just so I can see it. Just so I can see it there.
Well, one good thing about doing this tech stuff tonight, views will be up a little bit. That's always good. Seems whenever we talk tech or discuss technical stuff, my views tend to go up, which is good. Still amazes me that I get I was looking on Studio earlier today for something, and I was wrong one. I was genuinely shocked.
Okay, I see it. You can take it out now.
Let me see if I can find this. Give me just a second here. Bring this over here.
Thank you.
Let's see. Analytics, I believe it was.
Forgot to mention, there was a Zoom update a couple days ago.
I need to check.
I already got it.
I didn't get it.
I think it's 597 is the version number.
I didn't get it.
All you gotta do is right click on your icon on your taskbar on the right hand side. Click check for updates.
It won't let you do it while you're in an active meeting though. You have to be out of a meeting before you can do it.
Okay. Maybe I'll do it tonight before I go to bed.
So last night's stream had 75 views. That's pretty good. The one on the 9th had 100, which is real good. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I think it's this tab right here. Nope. Maybe this tab. Nope.
You need some burlesque dancing girls in the background.
Yeah, that's what it needs. I need. Where did I find that at? Oh, here we go. Let me see. Can I share my screen? I think it's this one. No, it's this one. I think. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. Share my screen. Did this one? I thought that's the one I just did. Oh yeah, this is it. So, watch time from subscribers is a really, if you do watch any videos on these guys that teach this and how to improve your channel, this, that, and the other, this is the biggest box they look at. I'm exactly opposite of what this one guy that's got 100,000 subscribers has. Mine, his is 89% unsubscribed, whereas mine is 93% subscribed, which is really good. Now, somewhere there was a graphic that actually showed this, which I found to be pretty interesting. So I was looking at what he does and he complains about compared to what this is, and according to this little box right here, I'm pretty successful at this. Let me see if it's under the see more. Maybe not so much.
Seymour, he left the Zoom.
Yeah, he did. Started talking tech, and he's like, "I'm out of here." So that wasn't it. But I just wanted to share that. I thought that was pretty interesting that 92% or 93% are people that are subscribed. I have gone back and watched 93.2. I have gone back and watched a couple of them they say you should do that to improve too. Oops, wrong button. That sounds familiar.
Here's my dancing girls from the Flamingo in Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
And not too risque.
No. Probably copyrighted though, maybe. I don't know.
Don't know.
Is there music that goes along with that?
No, this is just, it's not a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it.
Did we get crashed? Tony says, yippee, it's crashed. Did we get crashed? Did I miss something? Look back.
Zoom is still active. So is YouTube.
No, I'm still streaming. I'm a little over 2 hours. 2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm gonna shut it. I'm gonna shut the stream down here in just a minute. I like to keep it right around 2 hours. I find that to be a pretty good time.
You're not going to do a sharing for 4 hours, BS?
No, not tonight. That's. I like to talk, and I can talk. There's no doubt on that. But I don't think I could. I don't think I could carry on for 4 or 5 hours. I've got an idea. I sure hope she's got a good sense of humor about this. I could get Catherine on here and have point counterpoint from the old Saturday Night Live. Had fun to how well that would go over. Anyway, let me jump over here and give a shout out to Tony, to Matthew, to Tom K, thank you. To Robert, to Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob stopped in. David N stopped in. Good to see him. Been watching a lot of his stuff lately. He's been uploading a lot of videos. Carries a pretty good message. Robert was there. Alex is there. Tom was there. And no, I'm not doing this from memory. I do have the ability to go back and look at the very first chat that was put in. Sam was there. I don't think I've missed anybody. Obviously, everyone that's in the Zoom showed up at one point or another. So thank you guys again for joining us in the YouTube and the Zoom. Tom K will join us one of these days. I look forward to that. I look forward to getting Tony Wallow on Zoom, even if it's for 4 or 5 minutes. That would be really cool. I'm still wondering what crashed, though. He says, yippee, it crashed. Hey, Alex. Did Alex leave?
Yes.
Nice there. Did something crash on your end? Did something go bad on what you were trying to do?
Yeah,
Oh, Dr. Rob, you're fine. Do what? Yeah.
No, not that I know of.
Well, maybe I'll figure it out. No, Dr. Rob made a comment about he couldn't join because he's working on a system. That's fine. Look forward to having you back on. And we do need to get together on the Zoom. I need to find out if there's a specific distance or not. And then when I mentioned tonight, could I put the bed in the garage? Well, let's just put it this way. If looks could kill, I'd be sleeping outside tonight. So I've decided that I'm not going to try to put the bed out in the garage for a very long time, even though it opens this room up tremendously. So let me go ahead and end the Zoom. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow night, probably I'm going to shoot for 8 o'clock my time, which
Hey,
is
Jim,
Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
don't, don't forget to give me notification for the bill tomorrow.
One more time again, because I didn't register.
I said, don't forget to send out the notification for the bill tomorrow.
Oh, I won't. I won't.
Okay.
And I might actually really not in the stream yet. So there's a little caveat to me streaming tomorrow. I think Alex is going to try to. No, wait a minute. Alex, you and I are going to stream when he unboxes it, right?
Correct. We're
Okay.
gonna do it. Me and you are gonna do it when he unboxes it.
Right. And Jim, I'm not going to rebroadcast
Lawrence
Jim.
is strictly Jim.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. Disregard what I just said a while ago. I know what Tony was talking about. Now, when I share my screen, it does freeze Zoom up. I don't know why that is, because I don't think it used to do that. Not a big problem. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Stream is ending. Thank you, gentlemen. See you tomorrow night.
Hey, Alex.
And we are.
You mean professor, don't you?
Yeah.